goodness. It's 5:50 in the morning and this dog is whining. Oh, God. Dogs. And she needs to go to the bathroom. And it's so excited. Hold on, fur missile. Goodness gracious. Alright, well. Let's get some dog food. Say hi. Say, my name is Piper. Spruce up your food a little. Oh, I didn't get enough. Sorry, dog. That's all. All right. Oh, Lord. All right. It got windy out here on the old deck. Oh no, water bowls. There's a swimming pool. Not very useful right now. Alright. Like said, no problem. Alright. There we go. And please forgive me for not looking so beautiful this morning. Now I can't go back to sleep, so time to make some breakfast burritos. Okay, the key to a good breakfast burrito: half just cooking olive oil and half vegetable oil. And there we go. Turn the stove to 6.5. Why is this camera so cloudy? Alright, did that help? No. Alright, here we go. Time to get the eggs. Man, we go through some eggs here. So, my ratio is 7 eggs. That leaves 1 for Avery, because she won't eat them in a burrito, and a half a pepper. And I'm really loving red peppers. Okay, so I just want to show you the smell of red peppers is intoxicating. And you know, the older I get, the more I realize that you know, we're created. I mean, come on, right? Let me show you. All right, so here we go. We got this cooking. It's on 6. I'm going to back it off a little. But I want you to just, like I say, I can't see if you can see this. This is, forgive me, I am not a video guy. Okay, more than the red one, more than the green ones. These red peppers, when they're starting to cook, that smell is just intoxicating. Intoxicating. Alright, so now that we've got that on there, and we've got the initial sizzle going, we'll just back this off and just let them simmer there. I don't even know if I'm focusing on it. All right, time to get the eggs cracking. So next is going to be the milk and the eggs. So here we go. I don't even know why I'm filming when I'm filming. Whatever. All right, so you can see here, we got 7 nice eggs cracked and ready to go. There's a couple of interesting things that you may have discovered about eggs. That even if you get a shell in there every once in a while, if you blend these eggs really well, the shells sink to the bottom because they have more density and they stick to the container after you blend them. And so if you pour carefully, you know, even if you might have left a shell in there, yeah, you don't get it. So here we go. It's time to blend them up. The dog wants in, but she ain't getting in. Next, we put the eggs on a skillet. Alright, so let me see if I can look at the camera while I do this. So you got to circle it around a few times. And I just put a little bit of butter on there, just to give it a little bit of stickiness. Okay, here we go. So, look at that, huh? Okay. Now, if I have a lot of eggs, I usually put in like half to start with, or a little 3/4 to start with, so I don't have to get too much in there. I don't like getting them burnt, because Avery won't eat burnt eggs. Interesting, huh? Alright. Okay, well, lighting in here is not exactly great. But anyway, next. Alright. Now, let me get over here. Alright, to keep the eggs from getting burnt, I haven't shaved yet. To keep the eggs from getting burnt, you can see that after they cook on the layer on the bottom, they'll start moving them to the top. And if you let them solidify just a little bit, let me get the second round of stuff there. Let's see here. And look at that, not one single shell. Oh wait, maybe a little one at the bottom. I don't even know what you're looking at. Okay, there we go. Just keep them moving in big, gigantic pieces. Keep the stuff off the sides so we don't have any crispy stuff going on there. There we go. You get the idea. Alright, now when they get to this kind of like half-cooked form, I'm going to put a little salt on them. Round and around. And I've just kind of figured out how much salt it takes to make them just right. There we go. Okay. And for the record, I won't let the dog in until the burritos are over. Dogs are a pain in the butt. I experienced the eggs are best right before they are totally cooked. So that's when, and this is when I've kind of figured this little trick out. So I'll show you. Alright, so get those things and turn them over. Notice how we have very little browning on those eggs. And normally I don't even care, but like I said, Avery's such a picky little gal. She's eating those eggs. I just can't do that. So here, while I'm doing this, I'll just start to here. All right, so right off the bat, we get them grouped together, and we get Avery a plate. Her eggs have to come off first. I hope instead of the videography that you might appreciate the effort, because this is a real pain in the butt. All right. Oh, got a piece of brown in there. Get the head all out of there. Okay. Now, when the eggs are at this stage where they're just really cooked, see, we got just enough eggs for Avery there. Now we have the rest. This is where you turn it off. And we got to get them lined up to make burritos out of them. really hard to do while holding a camera. And I've got a really old phone. I'm real cheap. Well, let's not say cheap. Let's say frugal. There we go. That's a better word. And so this is a old Samsung Galaxy Note Edge, and I just love these damn phones. They're just so awesome. All right, so now we've got those eggs simmering. All right, now it's time to get some cheese and put on there. All right, so here we go. We get some cheese. I go to Costco and I get the 2 5-pound bags of cheese. All right, so let me cheese them up. This is really cool. Burritos, and you were going to be part of them. I would probably leave some part that didn't have any hamper on it. So, I do not like pork. I started reading the Bible more literally, and I realized that just because Jesus came doesn't mean that pork is an abomination. Now, here's the deal. You probably couldn't find anybody who liked bacon more than me, or pork shoulder, or shellfish, or shrimp, or lobster, and all those things I love. I mean, I just love them. They're really good. But I gave it all up a few years ago. I just said enough, and I think it's made. I would say if it's made a 2 to 4% difference in me feeling better. I don't know why. But every year somebody dies of trichinosis or dies of something that is born from a pig. They just really are nasty. And when I grew up, I actually had the pleasure of taking care of a couple of pigs, and they're really nasty animals. I will say they're really bad. So anyway, we're staring at the hamburger meat, and yeah, the shadows are real bad in this kitchen. All right, so now that we've got this done, I can get my trusty top, and that lets the ingredients stay warm and everything melt into everything. So we're almost done with this whole operation here. All right, so there you go. All right, last step coming right up. You're asking about coffee. Well, let's go make some. All right, Starbucks, you ain't got nothing on me. So here's my Brazil. This is how we start the day. Ain't it bad, huh? Alright, so here we go. Man, this is hard to do with one hand. Alright. Are you serious? How in the hell am I going to do this with one hand? I'm like one-handed Joe. All right. Okay, you get the idea. Well, we'll finish this up. It gets more interesting, I swear. Just to hang with me here. I know, right? I'm sitting here. All right, my little machine. Take it out. There we go. Okay, Heather, so as you can see, we're just getting this stuff going. But I think probably one of the coolest things is I keep a coffee cup for a week. I'm kidding. Maybe even 8 days or even 9. I'm not real into bacteria. I don't really care. So it doesn't mean that I'm like dirty, but well, I am kind of dirty. Anyway, all right, how about a little ASMR? Okay, this is where we roll the burritos. All right, while I'm doing this boring task, it's time for a little egg trivia. Do you know that chickens lay eggs all the time and cycle? You don't need a rooster. That's how you know the eggs were a gift from God. You have this animal, let's see, that lays eggs continuously. And you know, the protein that is in eggs is probably the most perfect protein that we can eat. So my theory was, when the boys were, as they're growing up here in this last year, this is when the light bulb came on. I'm like, our diets here are so bad. Everything comes in packages and boxes, and our food the way it is. You do grow stuff in the garden and stuff, but if I could just get these kids to have one good, solid, high protein, pure form meal a day, just one, that's a huge victory. So I had the idea, I'm going to show my children, every time I think of, Jesus and his time on earth, probably the most touching thing that I can relate to in that story is, here is my Creator that made these eggs for me, that made these smells and these textures and these tastes and this consistent world we live in. Here he is, could wink his eyes and destroy my soul like I never existed. And his disciples were arguing who is the most special disciple. And he gets out a pan of water, and the King of the universe is washing their feet. I'm sure everyone shut up. And I'm sure after the first one, there was enough humility in that. And then after the second one, it just got to be just absurd. And everybody shut up. And it just shows that God is a God of love and service, and it changes how you see things. It changes how much you value your own time and not be selfish. And it had an effect on me. That's all I'm saying. And so, okay, we got a little runt burrito here, but that's all right. Somebody will eat it. God, that burrito sucked. Little do they know. All right, so there we go. We roll the run of the litter here. Now, we always get a little extra leftover scraps of whatever for the dog, so she can have a little treat. Sometimes it's much better than others. And then, while this is all still warm, I'll put these burritos back in here, one after the other. Now, one of these is mine. And if you were here, I know you're not a big hamburger eater. I would just make you one that didn't have hamburger on it. How about that? Today is a lot of burritos today. Put the top on. And now these things are good for 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours. So there we go. Now it's time to froth up the milk. I'm like Dave. Hello, this is John David. Welcome to, I don't even know. I'm not going to use Dave's lines, but time to froth some milk. So, alright, so there we go. Those burritos are ready. The kids can come down and get those, and they'll stay good all through the day, okay? You just put them in the toaster oven, and it makes the tortilla crispy. Oh man, they're just the best thing in the world. And let's see here. Yeah. And so they've got one good meal every day. It's my theory, and I try to make either 5 days a week or at least 4 days a week, every day. So there you go. All right, here we go. Golly. That's just terrible, isn't it? Right, there we go. Quiet it down. All right. We're almost done. Let's see. All right. Okay, so let's go on ahead and let's make this this cappuccino awesome. Making cappuccinos great again. All right, so here we go. The milk all ready. Pour that first layer in there. Okay. Damn it, boy. I was trying to make a heart, you know, to show off how impressed I am, and it looks like two bad breast implants. Anyway, all right. So next, I'm gonna put a little bit of a Nesquik on there, a little chocolate flavor. Ooh. Just a little. Not too much like Starbucks does, where it's just basically literally like hot cocoa made with coffee instead of water. All right, and then we just put a little bit of molasses on there, and you being from the South, you might appreciate that. Okay, so I was watching a YouTube video, and this is why I love YouTube. So there was this kind of older black lady, and she was on there, and she says, molasses, if you take 2 teaspoons a day of blackstrap molasses, it's gonna make your hair stop getting gray. So you know me, I'm like religiously trying to do this for 6 months, and let's just say that it didn't seem to change much. So we'll just stick with the Just for Men on that. All right, so now we've got the coffee made, the burritos made. It's time to do some dishes. I won't bore you with that. And then I'm gonna let the dog in. Come on. Right? Say hi to Heather. Say hi. Anyway, you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Go do slight, maybe 78 years old. Go do your infusions and make some people so happy. One last thing. So now it's time to enjoy the fruits of my labor here. So put on a little Spanish Gardens taco sauce made right here in Kansas City. I didn't know that till the other day when my friend came over and he goes, "Did you know this was made here?" I'm like, "No." Anyway, so I don't even know why I'm doing this. I think when I read your text and you said, "Hey, I just wanted to know what your day was like, your average day or whatever." And I'm like, shit, I guess I can do that. So I promise it wouldn't be for anybody but you. Gee whiz, I don't even like selfies, and here I am. You know, I'm going to be saying this a lot. I don't ever do that. Anyway, have a fantastic day.